If I could turn back time, if I could turn back time.
If you could go back to your childhood, what advice would you want from your parents about money? Gold Coast author and financial advisor Amanda Cassar interviewed a bunch of entrepreneurs on their financial highs and lows and what they want their kids to know about money.
The overwhelming theme is that my parents didn't teach me anything. Yet there seems to be also lessons, things that we say to our children that they're going to pick up. Things like money doesn't grow on trees, takes money to make money. There's all these expressions that we use that have an impact, whether we mean them to or not. And some people had great role models in grandparents who were happy to teach them things.
You probably did it really tough during the Depression and the like, so knew how to make ends meet.
Yeah, that background where things had to last, and they'd look for ways to make money. So we're happy to share those with the kids. But it also, when I was asking the questions, made people think, what am I going to teach my kids? Because it is a taboo subject still. People don't like to talk about money and politics at parties usually.
Or even to their partners, for that matter, for reasons which we won't go into in this interview. Pocket money, chores, lemonade, cake stalls. That's the sort of stuff that I remember growing up. I think I even went around and sang to my neighbours to get some pocket money. It really wasn't cute. Has that changed? Is that the sort of stuff that we should be doing with our children?
Depends on the family. I had two very, very different responses to that. One very entrepreneurial Gold Coast mother said she never wanted her children to swap time for money. And yet another financial advisor in the UK said he wanted his son to learn the value of money, that if you break an iPad, Dad just can't go out and get it. It takes time to earn the money to buy that asset again. So, look, neither are right or wrong. It's what's right for your family. And for most people, we do swap time for money. That is how most employment works. So it's what you value in your life and how you want that to play out for your children.
On 91.7 ABC Gold Coast, Financial Secrets Revealed, author, Gold Coaster, Amanda Cassar, has spoken to many people about how they communicate the whole issue of money with their kids. What were the most interesting things to come out of those conversations for you?
One lady who I interviewed, who is also a wonderful Gold Coast woman, she's been a DJ and she's a marriage celebrant. She lived a very jet-set lifestyle, married a count and went off to Europe selling luxury cars all over the place. And then she's ended up on the pension on the Gold Coast. Her story, she's gone back to what her father originally taught her about how to set up her finances with a percentage going to bills, a percentage for living expenses, and a little bit into saving. So she's had to go back to the lessons from her youth. Others have chosen to become very entrepreneurial, start businesses and absolutely soar and invest in themselves and their personal education. So it's not usually something you're going to get through a standard primary school, high school education, but it's a personal development, reading the books in the finance section that are going to help you along. Well,
you come from a finance background. Your kids are in their 20s. What did you teach them?
My son came to me one day and wanted a games console, and I can't say I'm a massive fan of gaming. And I said, look, I will never buy you a console, but if you save and make the money, I'll allow you to do that. When you have done that, I want you to come to me. You've researched 3 options and work out where you're going to get that. So he started a car washing business and a lawn mowing run. He made the $700 or $800 that he required to get his PlayStation. Then he had to come to me with offers from 3 retailers and who would throw in the most games or cords or whatever it was. And then we would lay by for for what he needed. So
lay-by. Now, you don't hear that word
anymore. Well, it's after pay now, isn't it? So it's...
well, it is.
Get it now and pay it off later.
That is correct. Brings me to my next point, Amanda Cassar, delayed sense of gratification, which a lot of young people don't have. And no. I'm not in any way dissing them, but everything's so available.
That's right.
And you've also got kids who are living at home longer. They might have extra cash. So saving might not be an important priority. Do we talk enough about saving money as opposed to just making it and spending it?
No.
How do we teach our kids that saving is good?
Well, the old mentality, I suppose the baby boomers were all about saving and putting away for a rainy day. That was really, really important, having the emergency fund. These days, people want to have an adventure fund or a travel fund or something instead. But putting that aside, most people live week to week, so they find it very hard to go, look, I don't have that extra $20 or $50 to put aside. The cost of living is a lot higher. But it's also about priorities. Is that coffee every single day or buying lunch every day as important as going, you know what, that adds up. That's $50 a week or $100 a week I'm actually spending on takeaway. And now when people are getting loans knocked back because of their Uber Eats bill, that's... Are
you joking?
No. No, the banks are now examining your takeout bills, and if you spend too much on takeaways, your discretionary income is judged very harshly by the banks.
Amanda Cassar. Your discretionary spend, who knew? Things that you wish you had known, perhaps from your parents. Financial birth prints, as they say. And Amanda Cassar there, she is a Gold